Do you know why we have the death penalty? It's for people who have forfeited their right to live, for people who have made their own lives forfeit, who have said, I don't want to be here, I can't live among you people, I'm too evil, too dangerous, and too incompetent to be a proper human being and behave myself, I need to go. And we need to send them away so they can settle up on the other side. Because for many of these people, instead of wasting taxpayer money on them, to keep them alive for what? And sometimes they just need to go away, settle up on the other side, because they have forfeited their lives and shown that they cannot live amongst other humans, so they have to go. And one of these people who would benefit from this service from this country is a 23-year-old man called Peter Sarah Simao. He's a foreigner from Mozambique in South Africa illegally, and he's accused of murdering a young little girl, 6 years old, a girl called Amantle Samane from Soweto.
The police are still searching for a man who raped and killed Amantle Samane, 6-year-old from Orlando in Soweto. The child was found in a rented home on Monday after the family went searching for her in the area. Nobile Madala has that report.
He was a vibrant child, a happy soul, friendly, always happy. Bekumntwana abantu like yo. Oh gosh, that was Matle for you.
She was found lying dead after being sexually assaulted and strangled in a shack in Soweto on Monday the 21st of October. When her little lifeless body was found, the man who occupied the shack and was renting the shack was nowhere to be found. He had to be hunted down, with a lady who knew him keeping the secret, with a teenager who saw little Amantle with this man being the star witness and saying, this man took Amantle, and the teenager thought they had gone over to the shack, and this is where Amantle was found, lifeless and dead. Her mother leaving her only for a couple of minutes to go down the road to the shop, which is something that happens every single day in townships everywhere in this country. And you know what also happens in townships all over the country every single day? Little children are kidnapped, murdered, strangled, sexually assaulted. Some of them are never to be seen again, like little Jocelyn Smith. And some of them, like Amantle, are found lifeless, dead in a dirty shack.
So masifika laphana usemkhukhwini umntana ulele phansi akunamuntu, and then umntana ulele lapho, and then umama wakhe wavele wamkoqa lapha azama ukumemeza, and then nami ngafika, and then I tried to check the pulse. She was not responding. That's why I called the police and the ambulance.
And this is why I tell you we need the death penalty back. The death penalty exists exactly for such people, because this is part of the human condition. This is just how some people are. They go all the way. Some people just need to go, and everybody who is against the death penalty needs to remember that. If you're against the death penalty, first of all, you are not only wrong, but you do not understand human beings and the human condition. Some people would say the death penalty is not a deterrent. It doesn't scare criminals away. First of all, you're wrong. It is a deterrent.
As a person that grew up as a gangster, that grew up as a criminal, a person that understands the underworld, I'm here today to tell you the only way to stop the crime, the killings under my regime, if you kill somebody, you shall be killed also. We want law and order. We want law and order back in South Africa. Criminals are killing people like they're killing flies. 80 people are dying every day. And some people come to me and say the death penalty is inhumane. What is inhumane is our children dying on the Cape Flats. It is the farmers dying. It is the people being shot for a cell phone. That is inhumane. Under my regime, I am going to stop crime and killing, death in its track.
But I tell you this, the death penalty is not about deterring criminals from crime, which it does. It's not about that primarily. The death penalty is about justice. The death penalty is about doing the right thing and retribution, because mercy to the guilty is cruelty to the innocent, like little Amantle.
Community is still in shock over the brutal killing of Amantle Samane. The 6-year-old girl was found murdered and raped at a shack several meters from her home on Monday. The suspect, who was seen by others walking around with the child, has now been apprehended.
Because mercy to the guilty is cruelty to the innocent, Adam Smith. And little Amantle was innocent. On the 6th of June 1995, when the new government of South Africa outlawed the death penalty, they were doing it as a reaction to how the death penalty had been used by the fascist apartheid regime. Perhaps we have to reconsider. Seeing the state of South Africa today, we have to reconsider and say perhaps getting rid of the death penalty altogether was an overreaction. Become a member of this channel today on our Buy Me a Coffee page. You'll get exclusive members-only content, which are courses 15 to 30 minutes long. We add a new one every single month on various topics linked to the channel. When you're a member, you get access to all of them on our Buy Me a Coffee page. Check it out. The link is in the description. Subscribe to the channel or Cyril Ramaphosa will be president forever. Where is the retribution? Where is the justice? He not only broke the law by being here illegally, now he kills a little South African. The death penalty is about justice. Some will say, well, what about the innocent who could be put on the death penalty? Well, then that's why South Africa should focus on the right things, which is getting its law and order correct. We must make sure our detectives are the best in the world and our justice system has all the checks and balances, all the efficiency needed to carry out a proper investigation, to filter people through that system and to find what is true and what is not. At the end of that lies the death penalty for those whose crimes deserve it, like this. The death penalty should definitely be brought back in South Africa because the death penalty is just. There is a limit to your own rights. Because if you say the death penalty is revenge, as some people say, these people are morons, obviously. Okay, then what is a car hijacker doing? Is he carrying out justice when he takes the car, shoots the woman in the head? Now those children don't have a mother anymore. He gets away with the car, sells it for 5,000 rand, goes drinking with his buddies. Is that a good and righteous thing for a citizen to do? Was he just carrying out some tough love to teach that woman a lesson that she should share her car? And then you say the death penalty is wrong, it's revenge. No, the death penalty is retribution and justice. And we need it in this country more than ever. Some people are convinced by the idea of poor people being more susceptible to the death penalty. Well, first of all, are these poor people committing serious crimes? Like this man who killed little Amantle, he wasn't very rich. And look at his crime. We shouldn't be trying to work on keeping the death penalty off the table. We should definitely bring the death penalty back onto the table and refine our legal system to make it the best in the world with the best checks and balances, the most efficient, so that you can go through it and we can check as well as we possibly can on this earth if you are guilty of this thing, and at the end of that process lies the death penalty. We need the death penalty because our kidnap rate in this country is the highest in Africa. Every 5 hours, a child is kidnapped. 350 children were murdered in this country between October and December in 2021. 350 children in that period alone. South Africa is a dangerous place for children. If they're not dying from chips they bought at a spaza shop, they're disappearing without a trace, never to be seen again. They're being abandoned in dustbins like trash, or they're being sexually assaulted and strangled in a shack. There are those soft-headed liberals who will say the justice system and the prison system is about rehabilitation of all the inmates, of all the offenders that go through there. First of all, the justice system is about justice and retribution, about punishment. And then if the criminal takes the opportunity that a civilized society gives him or her to rehabilitate and become a better person and not a filthy criminal, then they can take that opportunity. But it's first about justice, retribution, and punishment. We must not in South Africa make the mistake of valuing the lives of criminals more than we do the lives of our citizens, especially the most innocent. Justice delayed is justice denied. In conclusion, South Africa needs the death penalty, and it needs it now. It needs a conservative government that will bring back the death penalty, reinstitute it so that there can be justice, retribution, and punishment for those who deserve it, because the death penalty is for people who have forfeited their right to live, who have said to the society that they don't want to be here anymore, who have said to the society that they want to be out. They have said to their society, I cannot live with you people. I am an evil reprobate. I need to go. I need to settle up on the other side. And a just society does exactly that. It gives them what they deserve because they have forfeited their right to live. That is why the death penalty exists. A saying, we can believe what we choose. We are answerable for what we choose to believe. John Henry Newman. If you believe the death penalty is wrong, you are wrong-headed, and you are answerable for that belief. And how could you even justify such a thing in the face of such evil? And you do not understand the human condition, and you do not understand that criminals like this have forfeited their own lives. They have made their own life forfeit. I recommend South Africa brings back the death penalty immediately, as soon as it possibly can. And if the GNU won't do it, then a conservative government must come in, advocate for it, and bring it back. The case is closed. Give this man the injection. Thank you for listening. If you dare, buy us a coffee. The link is in the description.